Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about destiny or expression number 3. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So, before we start, you first want to understand how to calculate your destiny or expression number. So on the screen here is an example of how to do this. You want to follow the chart on the screen and add up all of the letters in your name until you get to a single digit. And the way to do this is to first break down the letters in your first name until you get to a single digit or a master number of 11, 22, or 33. You want to do the same process with your middle name and your last name, and then take the values of the first, middle, and last name and add them together until you get to that single digit. If you arrived at a 3, then this video is for you. So the 3 is ruled over by Jupiter, and this is giving a very expansive nature. Those who have this number 3 as a major number in numerology are very expansive, very creative, very imaginative people. Also, the 3 is a part of a trio of the 3, 6, and 9. And what these numbers all have in common is that they are all very creative and expressive, along with being very nurturing and diplomatic. The 9 especially we talked about as being a number that is about global consciousness, wanting to do good for humanity. The 3 energy is more of a creative, artistic expression. There really are only 2 variations of the 3 because this does not break down to a master number. So let's talk about the variations of the 3. So the 3 can either come out as a 3 or more likely as a 30, which will give you a pure 3 energy. So with this, you're someone who's very creative, very expressive, very talented. And especially with the 0 energy tagged along with the 3, it is giving you profound intuition as well. So this is going to increase your level of sensitivity. And one of the things that we will talk about as we go through this video is that 3s can be very sensitive, can be very much sensitive to their surroundings, and can have a very emotional nature about them. If you arrived at a 12 or a 21, then you're still carrying this 3 energy, but also with the 1 and the 2 as well. So the 1 is definitely going to give you a very innovative touch. You are someone who's very much coming up with new ideas, generating new possibilities. You want to strive towards something that is new, and you are an initiator. You can be a great leader with this 1 energy. The 2 energy also makes you geared towards teamwork, and so this is an excellent combination for working with groups, for being social, for including others, for being nurturing towards others. So let's talk some more about expression or destiny number 3. Now, what is the expression number? The expression number is showing your talents, your abilities, your traits. So this expression number is very important to understand as far as your career, as far as the things that you do in life, and also understanding your strengths and weaknesses. However, you also want to pair this with your life path number. We talked about the life path number and the soul urge number in previous videos. So the life path number is going to be your overall journey and lessons that you learn throughout life. It is who you are becoming through your experiences. The soul urge number is also indicating your deepest desires, your urges, what drives you, your passion. And so that is also very important to understand when evaluating your expression number. So ultimately, you want to look at all 3 of these numbers and see how they correspond with one another. Now, I can relate somewhat to the 3 because I was born on the 3rd day. So definitely there's a 3 energy in my numerology chart. The 3 is a very creative number, very expressive, very imaginative. There's a lot of emotion and passion behind this number. And so 3s really make excellent performers, can be very talented in music and the arts. 3s are typically very optimistic, very much forward-looking, very joyful, very much having a bubbly and positive energy about them. And so this can make you someone who's also very attractive, very popular. People enjoy being around you. There's a gravitational pull about you because you give off this positive energy that uplifts and inspires others. At the same time, though, this can be a very moody energy of the 3. So sometimes when you are feeling down, you can also make others feel down as well. So you want to pay attention to your emotions and how you are managing this. Threes are typically very fun-loving people, very happy-go-lucky. You can be a big thrill seeker or someone who's very adventurous, wanting to really express yourself and live in the moment. One of the difficult things about the three is that it can be a very scattered energy. Sometimes there's a tendency to not channel your energy into something constructive. And this is very important to understand. This Jupiter influence is making this very expansive. So you want to pick a goal. You want to find that precision, that path that is going to direct you towards success. Threes oftentimes are very much skilled with communication, skilled with words, skilled with having an emotional impact on others, skilled with inspiring and lifting up others. So definitely there is a huge talent around speaking, around presenting, around teaching. Whatever that looks like for you, you have a message to share with others. However, sometimes on the negative side, this three energy can have a shyness about it. There can be a block around your self-expression. So if you're blocked in this area, then this means that you want to work on your self-expression, because definitely you have a huge gift and talent around expressing yourself. Sometimes on the negative side, threes also can come across as a little bit flaky or dishonest. Again, there's a tendency to scatter your energies into different directions. So sometimes you can commit to something and then change your mind. There is a dissatisfaction with the things that you invest yourself into. And this is why you want to be very deliberate about how you are channeling your energy. Definitely there's a childlike energy about the three, where you, again, are someone who's very imaginative into your creative world, wanting to express yourself, full of joy and innocence. And this is definitely going to make you scattered into multiple directions. So this is all about finding that creative outlet, finding that inspiration where you can pour your talents into. Sometimes threes can also come across as overdramatic as well. Again, there can be a tendency to have difficulty with managing your emotions. This is a very emotional number. And so it's important, again, to channel your energy, to channel your passion into something that is truly constructive. This is definitely a number that needs to be active, that needs variety, that needs something that is engaging. Sometimes threes can also be extremely talkative as well. You're someone who can have difficulty with sugarcoating things. You're very honest. Again, there's an innocence about the three, where you are someone who just comes out and expresses yourself. And on the negative side, this can mean that you can overshare, or you can give truths when people are not comfortable or ready to receive that truth. So there's definitely a need to use discernment in how you are communicating, how you're approaching others. Sometimes there can also be a tendency to really hold back on your communication, and this can come from your early experience, your early environment, where you were taught to really be cautious about how you express yourself, about how you use words and communication. And so this can be a good thing where you can be very self-controlled in this area. However, again, there can be a tendency here sometimes to become very shy, to become very closed off in your communication. Definitely, this is a number where sometimes you could be a class clown, or you could get distracted in your earlier years. So again, this is showing that you have a lot of energy, a lot of passion. And when this energy is directed, it helps you to be successful. But when it gets scattered into all of these different directions, when there's distractions, when there's too much of this loss of direction, there is a difficulty with actually reaching that achievement or success. So very important to direct your energy, to focus your energy. Threes also make excellent storytellers. You love to share your experiences with others, and this can be a big part of your talents or gifts, is actually to share your personal experience with others, to touch others emotionally, to inspire others through your own experience. However, sometimes when this energy is immature, you can also make up stories. You can exaggerate and throw in your own imagination into stories. So you want to be very careful about what you are expressing, making sure that you're being honest in the stories and experiences that you're sharing with other people. You're also very visual people as well. So definitely when you imagine or idealize something in your mind, you have the ability to make it manifest into reality. So again, you have this creative ability, this imagination that helps you to create, that helps you to actually manifest what you want. And so this is why, again, it's important to channel that energy that you have into something that is concrete, into something that is constructive. productive. You have a lot of potential as a 3. Expression number 3 oftentimes is meant to have an audience, is meant to really, again, have an impact on other people. So sometimes you could find yourself in positions where you are on stage, where you are presenting, or where you are in front of a camera with this number 3. That doesn't mean that everyone with the 3 is extroverted or outgoing. Sometimes there is a more withdrawn energy to the 3, once again, but definitely you are here to express yourself. You're here to channel this creativity, this communication ability that you have. And another great outlet, if you are a 3 who is more introverted, who doesn't want to communicate through words, is through writing. You have an excellent ability in writing. So definitely this is a position for bloggers, for anyone who's trying to get information out in words. 3s also can have an excellent memory. You definitely have an ability to hold on to information, to really gather and to collect experiences and memories with this. So again, this helps with your ability to share your story, to really share your experiences with others, and also to learn from your past mistakes and to use that as your ability to progress forward. 3s can also have a skill in mimicry as well. Sometimes you have an ability to copy or mimic others, and this helps in anything, again, where you are singing, acting, performing. All of this you can be very talented in. You also have this thing where you are able to really channel the energy and emotions from others and to play off of this energy. So I mentioned this before, where there's a sensitivity about the 3. You're somewhat of an emotional sponge where you are pulling in the energies from your environment. And so this can go both ways, where you can have a great effect on other people through the way that you speak, the way that you communicate. There's an emotional feel, there's a power behind the way that you are expressing yourself that really has an influence over others. But at the same time, you can also find yourself influenced by other people as well, and this can negatively affect you sometimes. So you want to pay attention to your environment and the people who you are around. And you also want to be mindful about how you are affecting other people through your own energy and emotion. Another thing about this connection through the energy and the exchange that you're having through connections is that you don't want to lose yourself in this. Sometimes 3s can have a tendency to put on a closed off persona to the world, or to mimic, to replicate an image to the world that is not true to who they are. And again, this helps in any kind of performing arts, but definitely you want to stay true to who you are. You want to understand who you are rather than who you are playing the role of with this number 3. Another thing is that 3s can have difficulty with finding a career path sometimes. Again, this is coming from this tendency to scatter your energy and focus into different places, and sometimes to not fully commit to things, to really become dissatisfied by the things that you are investing yourself into. And so definitely there is a need to find a career path that allows for creativity, that allows for flexibility, that allows for movement, change, variety. This is definitely a position where you have to express yourself through your career. You have to be able to use your talents in this area. Otherwise, there is a tendency to feel suffocated and to really have a lack of joy in the pursuits that you have. So definitely this is a number where this becomes all about your creative expression. And again, it's important to see how this relates to your life path number and how it relates to your soul urge number. All of this will come into play as far as what kind of career path you want to go into. But definitely this is giving you this expression that needs to come out through your profession. Sometimes you can also look for some positive feedback through others, and it's very important to understand that you need to also be able to give yourself your own feedback. You need to be able to validate your own gifts, to celebrate your own talents and abilities and achievements within yourself rather than continuing to look for it through other people. Sometimes with the 3, there's also a huge need for change. You could find that sometimes you can procrastinate or not complete things, not fully commit to things. This is because you need to add add some variety into your activities and experiences in life, you need an element of change. When you are stagnant, when you are stuck in a position, there is an inability to allow that creative expression to flow. And this is where you can become very dissatisfied with this energy. So it's very important that you have breaks, or that you are able to change and switch within your career, moving from one thing to the next. Having that flow in your life will enable you to really continue to move forward and to progress in the areas of your life. You can also use your imaginative powers to come up with solutions to problems. So you are an excellent problem solver as a 3. And again, this can factor into your career for some of you. Definitely, you have an ability to serve others, to be hospitable, to be someone who is able to help others in need. As a 3, you also need to really, again, narrow down those decisions, really come to a solid direction about where you want to take your energy into. As I've said, not all 3s are extroverted. You want to look at your other numbers, but 3 is definitely a number that needs some kind of interaction, that needs some kind of social situation. You love to connect and relate to people in some way. So even if this is just one-on-one through consultation, through dealing with clients, this can be something that is very beneficial to you in your profession. 3s can sometimes be excellent at planning parties, get-togethers, can be very friendly, very sociable people. This definitely is, again, an energy where you have this ability to impact, to persuade, to inspire others through your communication, through your ability to relate to others. 3s can also go through some ups and downs in life. And again, this is typically coming from this scattered energy where you can find yourself going through a lot of situations where you are not getting the full results of what you want. That commitment, that discipline, that focus is needed in those areas. But ultimately, the 3 is a very lucky number as well, where you can get a lot of opportunities, a lot of experiences through your abilities, through your talents with this expression number 3. So let's talk about some careers that are related to the expression or destiny number 3. 3s definitely, again, have a talent in writing. So anything that has to do with writing, blogging, writing articles, journalism, media, all of this is connected to the 3. Any kind of design work, fashion work, anything related to beauty, the arts can be seen through the number 3. Definitely anything where you are on camera, on stage, presenting, teaching, performing, all of this is connected with the 3. And definitely you make an excellent planner, an excellent problem solver. So anything that has to do with event planning, setting up groups, finding solutions to problems, anything where you are getting people together to find a common goal or solution can be seen through the 3. The 3 also can be excellent, again, with hospitality, anything with restaurant business, hotel industry, anything where you're providing a service for others. You can be excellent in sales, bartending, anything where you are dealing with people directly through this number 3.